Okay, so very good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. Yes, I'm doing well. What about you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fit as Fidel and doing fantabulous in my life, trying to add some value in my overall personality by the grace of Almighty God. Thanks for your kind concern.
Oh, okay. That's so great. All right. So
Okay,
first,
yes,
would you mind introducing yourself?
sure, ma'am. Why not? I would be more than happy to introduce myself. Well, my name is Shiv. I born and brought up in India, and my state is Uttarakhand. By profession, I'm a central government employee. As far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing a master in economics. This is my final year. In addition to this, I do teach English as an unofficial English trainer on different online platforms, and I do have my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teachership. So that's all from my side. If you want to know something else, please feel free to ask.
Okay. Glad to know about you first. Just tell me when this language came in your life.
Well, that's a kind of interesting story because it's been 2.5 years back. I was such a terrible and awful speaker of English because I did my schooling from Hindi medium school and I wasn't able to speak a single sentence in English. I wasn't able to introduce myself in English, and just because of that, I'm being criticized and humiliated by so many people for the same. But I took it as a challenge. I took that criticism in a positive way, and from there, I started my journey of mastering this language.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wow. That's really great. By the way, as we know, there is always room for improvement. But still, I want to know how long it took you to become a fluent speaker because I can see the way you are speaking. And one thing which I really like, accents, the accents which you're using. So, can you please tell me how long it took you?
First of all, thanks for your kind words. The gratitude you shown towards me by using some beautiful and magnificent adjectives, as you are the queen of vocabs. I know that. And secondly, coming back to the time which I have taken in order to become fluent in this language, I would say after that criticism which I got from someone, a very bad comment, I would be considered by him as a rapist of English, or he said like you are doing postmodern in this language. The day first I started talking in English. So after that I have decided, okay, fine, I don't know what will I do, but I have to become proficient and eloquent on this language. And from there, I started doing practice day and night. You won't believe. I did practice for 14 to 16 hours every single day for the next 3 months.
Oh my
And
God.
I guess it took me around 6 months in order to speak English so comfortably, effortlessly. I would not say flawless because still I'm making a lot of mistake because I haven't learned grammar in my entire life. Uh, English is just a language for me. I took it as a language and I haven't taken it as a subject that I need to study grammar in a academic way. And second question that you have asked me about my accent, so it could be a kind of very strange story because the application which I used to use in my initial days, I've talked with many native speakers around the world, and most of them were from United States, United Kingdom, and Australia, Canada. So in my initial days, I wasn't able to understand them, but by the time when I started interacting with them more and more, then I came to know, okay, fine, this is how they speak, and I need to mingle myself in that particular ambience. So I started understanding to them, and as you know very well, environment plays a very indispensable imperative role in one's personality. Same happened with me. So I got a bit influence of the accent on my way of speaking since I haven't learned this accent in my entire life because I don't believe on accent and all. What I believe on is correct pronunciation. And second reason behind this accent is I want to improvise my pronunciation as I'm being concerned about it. So for that, I started learning IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. So it's been more than 1 year I have been practicing with those 44 different sounds. 24 are consonant and 20 are vowels. Like short vowel, long vowel, diphthong, monophthong. It's kind of deep topic. But just because of this two reason, I guess my way of speaking is a bit different from the way normal Indian speakers speaks. But I hope I'm understandable to you.
Yes, you are. It's quite impressive, and yes, you are. Understand? I can understand you entirely. Okay, one more thing I just want to say here. First thing, as you have said, it took you 6 months. By the way, it's not a very long span. By the way, very short span. It means in a very short span you have mastered this language, and a lot of people are going to learn from you, and they are going to get influenced by you because you have done it in 6 months. First, that's really great. Second, as you have said, you used to practice for 16 hours. You used to contribute 16 hours. So can you tell me some major activities in which you used to contribute?
Well, that's a very beautiful question. I must say that, and I'm thankful to you as you have asked this attractive and incredible question. Well, Nan, when it comes to English, I would say that we all are Indians and we should proud on it. So English is not our mother tongue. Just because of our different reasons, we are trying to master on it. So while learning this language, if you are making any mistake or you are stuttering, fumbling, and stumbling at any point, you should not feel ashamed about it. And we should not expect the same level of perfectionism from our side as native speakers have in this language. Secondly, before embarking yourself into learning this language, one must has to ask one question to himself, and that is why. I'm going to say why I'm learning this language. Do I have any powerful reason to master it or not? If yes, so go with flow. If not, so first of all, I need to find that powerful reason because that powerful reason gonna motivate you, teach you, inspire you, guide you, and give the best direction and piece of advice in order to focus on your learning rather focusing on any useless stuff where you are going to be diverted and diverted by your main goal of learning this language. The third thing is unbelievable. Words have some magical power. The more you have vocabs in your mind, the better you can express your thoughts, ideas, emotions, infatuations, notion, vibes, everything. So I would suggest like try to learn one or two vocabs every single day and incorporate the same lexicons in your spoken language. That makes sense. And then all you would able to remember those vocabs for long lasting. Now, fourth thing I have done is I haven't obsessed myself with grammar rules because most of the time people are creating a trap of grammar in their earlier stage, and that now when they speak, they speak like this. Am I correct? Shall I use have, has? Oh God! And they get totally dubious and dumbfounded what exactly I have to use. So first, just focus on our flow and confidence. Like you should be on that level where you can talk in English with anyone around the world so comfortably without hesitation or shyness. Once you reach on that level, then after you can work on your accuracy, which simply means grammar. Now, fifth thing that I have done is practice, of course, because we can't even ignore practice. Someone said rightly that practice makes a man perfect, but sorry, I disagree. No one is perfect in this whole world because we all are human beings and we are allowed to make mistakes. So I would say teachers make mistakes, native speakers make mistakes. We are just co-learner. But yes, focus practice can ensure your progress every single day. So be consistent towards your practice. It's not like today I have 15 hours. I'm doing continuously 15 hours practice. Tomorrow I have to go to my brother's marriage and I'm going there and I'm not even thinking about English. That's not going to work for anyone. Now, sixth thing that I have done that is called love your mistakes. It means I have made a lot of mistakes, still I'm making. As I said, I haven't learned grammar in my entire life. So I would say we should embrace our mistake with both hands. And we need to identify and then gradually we need to work on it. I'm damn sure if you are going to accept your mistake happily and you're going to identify, you're going to rectify, eventually you feel that you are going to speak English like a flawless speaker, undoubtedly. The next thing I have done is LRW. Someone said me, I guess one native speaker's teacher from the United States, she told me LRWS means listening, reading, writing, and speaking. These are four modules of English and four pillars of English. So listening, podcast, audiobooks, native speakers, good speaker English like you, or any teachers who can like make some sense. So if you listen to them, you are going to get some authentic information. But make sure listening should be active listening, not passive. The second thing is reading. It means there's a quotation, I guess. Someone said, one who is a good reader today can become a good speaker tomorrow for sure. So, reading will allow you to understand the exposure of this language, how it works. Because whatever is written in the book, you are going to grab and acquire the content of that particular stuff which you are reading. Second, you can understand some basic sentence formation. Third, you can enhance your terminologies. And fourth, you can understand how intonation works if you read with the bottom of your heart.
That's really great. And I can entirely relate with you because, as I always say, I also started my journey from zero. Okay. So, as you have said one thing, your why matters most. You said it first. Clarity matters most. I believe people are suffering in this life. People are indecisive in this life. People are not okay. And the culprit, because they are not able to understand, why they want something. So clarity matters, first, I would say. So, as you have said, you have to find your why, because your why is like a magnet. Your why is like a magnet. The more stronger your why is, the more you will be getting towards it. So in my case, as I've told you, a lot of people, were telling me, my mother, my friends, hey, you must learn this language. You should learn this language. So I said, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. But once I fell in love with this language, that was my why. That was my why. When people used to ask why you are doing this, why are you doing this? So I used to say, actually, I fell in love with this language, and that was my why. Okay, so first you said a really really great thing, and people don't focus on it. By the way, they must find their why they want it. Do you want to go abroad? Do you want it for your job? Do you want to open some opportunities, or what? Or you are just loving this language, right? There can be like whatever the reason is, but you must find. And second thing you have said very great, like you do not need to focus much about this like things, grammar, this, that at first. Fake it until you make it. This is the only formula which you have to apply at first, because faking it like you don't know something, but you are going to pretend that I know it and let me do it. And it's okay if I'm making mistakes. That's completely fine. And you did it, I guess. Okay, that was so great. And one thing you have mentioned, you are going for marriage or something, so you're not going to detach completely. So I can entirely relate with this thing. Whenever I indulge in some activities, like it can be occasion or something, I never ever detach completely with this language. If I'm not speaking, at least I listen. If I'm not listening, at least I read. If I'm not reading, at least I write. But I don't do this. It's okay. It's marriage. There is an occasion. I'm going to leave it completely. No. When I started, my journey at first, when I started talking to myself, and it was very new thing for me, speaking in English. And whenever I was opening my mouth to say something in English, the moment my mother was looking at me, I said, what? Sorry, what? Why you are looking at me? And I was not able to speak. And when my brother was looking at me, oh, what? Can you go out, please? Can you go out, please? Like that's how I used to behave. I used to go to the terrace somewhere in the corner so I can at least, I can open my mouth, to talk to myself. So, like, can you imagine how far was that for me, to talk to someone? I was not even able to talk to myself that time. So again, but gradually I started building this habit. Gradually, I started talking to myself. I started talking to chair, table, walls, door, everything. And today, I'm also crazy, by the way. I just talk every time. My mother sees, like, my brother, they think, okay, with whom she's talking? Okay, with no one. She's talking to herself. So that's another great way. Now, somewhere, whatever things you have mentioned here, okay, I believe a lot of people, they're asking, what have you done? How have you, how have you like become this fluent? If they are going to walk on the very same path, they will get. They will get. So I would say all the listeners, whoever is watching and listening, they must follow. They must follow the roadmap which you have given while sharing your beautiful journey. But one thing I just want to say, everyone, the people who are juggling, striving, thriving, okay, for this language. Just one thing I just want to say to them, don't take major time for minor thing. Somewhere this language is a minor thing. Why I am saying this? Because if you think only you have just this language, only one goal, no, you have a lot of goals to achieve in this life, not just this language.
So
Okay.
thank you, ma'am, for connecting with me, for giving your precious time, and it was really nice, wonderful, magnificent, fruitful, or we would say remarkable, miraculous conversation with you. I've enjoyed a lot. Hopefully, you as well.
All right. Okay. So thanks. And second, okay, I also have learned a lot of beautiful things from you. Okay. And it was a nice, great conversation with you. So let's just meet next time. All right.